The most painful part of death is knowing that the knowledge to stop it may exist, yet being unable to reach it. That fear always lingers in the back of our minds, a reality we keep postponing. But witnessing the death of those we love, I think that is the worst part of all. Today, we will examine two groundbreaking studies that stand at the very edge of this helplessness. Because for the first time, a future where we no longer have to say, "What if?" may finally be possible. Cryonics is the practice of preserving the human body or brain at extremely low temperatures immediately after legal death, with the hope that future science may one day restore life and health. By cooling the body to temperatures below -196 degrees Celsius, biological processes effectively come to a halt, slowing cellular decay to near zero. To prevent ice crystals from damaging cells, modern cryonics uses vitrification, a process that turns bodily fluids into a glass-like state rather than ice. It is important to note that cryonics does not claim to revive people today. Instead, it is based on a simple assumption that death caused by current medical limitations may not be permanent if future technologies, such as advanced nanotechnology, regenerative medicine, or molecular repair, become possible. Critics argue that cryonics remains highly speculative, with no proven method to reverse the preservation process. Supporters, however, view it as a rational gamble against certain death, choosing a small chance of future survival over none at all. Cryonics exists at the intersection of medicine, ethics, and hope, forcing us to confront a difficult question. If death can be delayed indefinitely, what does it truly mean to be alive? Several organizations around the world already offer this service. In the United States, companies like Alcor Life Extension Foundation and the Cryonics Institute lead the field. In Russia, Cryonics stores bodies from across the globe. In Europe, newer organizations such as Tomorrow Biostasis are expanding rapid response cryonics services. Even in China, large-scale cryogenic research facilities now preserve human remains. But this hope comes at a cost. Preserving an entire human body can cost anywhere from $28,000 to over $200,000. Some choose a cheaper option, preserving only the brain, believing identity lives within neural patterns alone. Most people fund this not with savings, but with life insurance, paid out after legal death. So how many people are already waiting? Right now, between 500 and 700 human beings are stored in cryogenic suspension worldwide. They are legally dead, yet biologically paused. Thousands more are signed up, contracts ready, waiting for the moment their time stops. Who first proposed this idea? The concept of gradual neural replacement does not belong to a single inventor, but its philosophical roots go back decades. One of the earliest and most influential discussions appeared in the 1970s, when philosophers and futurists began asking a dangerous question. If neurons were replaced one by one, would consciousness continue? or disappear. This idea was later formalized and popularized by philosophers such as Derek Parfit through identity thought experiments, and by futurists like Hans Moravec and Ray Kurzweil, who explored mind uploading and machine intelligence. The core argument was simple and disturbing. If each replacement causes no noticeable change, at what point does the person stop being the same person? Today, gradual neural replacement remains theoretical, but its building blocks already exist. Modern neuroscience can interface electronics directly with neurons, replace damaged neural functions using brain implants, stimulate, suppress, or mimic neural activity. Technologies such as neural prosthetics, brain-computer interfaces, artificial synapses, neural tissue engineering are already being tested in humans for medical purposes. However, no experiment has ever replaced a human neuron entirely, let alone billions of them. At present, science can assist the brain, but cannot yet replace it. This is where the idea becomes truly dangerous. The identity problem. If your neurons are replaced one at a time, and your memories, personality, and thoughts remain unchanged, are you still there? Or is continuity merely an illusion? There is no scientific test that can answer this. Consciousness continuity. Gradual replacement assumes consciousness flows smoothly, but consciousness itself is not fully understood. If consciousness depends on biological processes we do not yet recognize, even perfect artificial neurons may fail to preserve it. The lights may be on, but no one may be home. Human inequality. Such technology would almost certainly be expensive. If only the wealthy can replace their brains piece by piece, immortality becomes a luxury, not a right. A new class divide may emerge, those who can continue forever, and those who cannot. All of these technologies ultimately lead us back to one timeless question. What is consciousness? Is it simply a complex dance of electrical signals firing inside the brain? A kind of software capable of running on entirely different hardware? Or is it something else entirely? A unique, indivisible something trapped within the physical structure of our skulls? Impossible to transfer, impossible to replicate. The answer to this question changes everything. If consciousness is software, then perhaps it can be backed up, copied, and transferred. But if consciousness is the hardware itself, then maybe immortality doesn't mean survival at all. It means settling for a perfect copy. So where do you stand? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Because perhaps the true key to immortality begins with understanding what we really mean when we say, I